Sziasztok, Tom Noise vagyok, ez itt a Hangfoglalás TV, és ellátogatunk a QSC standjára, ahol interjút készítünk Ray-jel, aki a szórakoztatóipar specialistája itt a cégnél. Hi Ray!
Hello!
How you doing? I heard that there's a new product range, the K-Series. Tell me something about this.
Absolutely. Well, we have the K-Series is a new series of loudspeakers. We've had it for a few months now, and there are 4 models. There's the K8, which is an 8-inch two-way, a K10, 10-inch two-way, K12, 12-inch two-way, and a K-Sub, which is a dual 12 subwoofer. Now, what's very unique, and I think a first in the industry, is all 4 models use the same amplifier technology. They're all 1,000 watts of power. Even the little K8 is 1,000 watts of power, an extraordinary amount of power, an extraordinary amount of output. So we have the 4 models. They all function identically. Let me take you around the back side and show you what makes this box so great. So on the back panel, what you'll see is it looks a little bit intimidating at first, but it's actually quite easy to understand. You have the capability of putting 3 things in the box at one time. This first channel is either microphone or line input, and that's just selectable on a switch, mic or line. And it's a combo. It'll take XLR or 1/4-inch input. This is a line level input, and this is also a line level input. So theoretically, if you wanted to, you could put a microphone, a guitar, and an iPod in at the same time and mix them together, and this is where you actually mix them here on the gain control. We have the capability with this box of using it with an external subwoofer. If you do that, you put it in the external subwoofer mode. Now it's going to roll off everything at 100 hertz and let the subwoofer do the low frequency. Normal would be just for normal everyday application. Deep is a technology that we developed for this product line. Deep, as you might imagine, has something to do with low frequency, and that's exactly what it does. We're getting a lot of low frequency out of the box by Deep, and it's actually an acronym for Digital Extension and Excursion Processing. So what the DSP is doing is it's applying a little bit of a low frequency contour, so giving you a little bass emphasis, while a DSP is looking at the signal, looking ahead at the signal, and looking for transients in the bass response that might cause the woofer to go into over excursion. So this way we're enabled to have a lot of power going to the box. We're having that box live out there in low frequency extension land, and the DSP is actively managing it to make sure that it doesn't go into distortion or overdrive or over excurt the subwoofer. As a result, when you hear these, you're amazed at how much low frequency is actually coming out of even this little 8-inch speaker. A couple other things on here. We have a 3-position front LED switch. So there's a blue light on the front panel. If you're in an application in a dark room or maybe a church or someplace you don't want to see the blue light, well, you could put a piece of tape over it if you wanted to, but it's a little more elegant to just be able to put the switch off. You can also then put it in power mode, which will keep the blue light on to show you that it's on. And the third mode is in limit, and this allows the operator, the sound engineer, who is maybe around the front of the box, so maybe a DJ may be behind, and he can see if he's in the clip limiter, but somebody who's in the front, maybe at a console, this enables them to see from the front if the box is actually going into limiting, and it pulses that blue light, you know, a little bit brighter, a little bit less. You know, if the K8 is 1,000 watts and the K10 is 1,000 watts and the K12 is 1,000 watts, what's the difference? The primary difference, believe it or not, is going to be the dispersion pattern. The dispersion pattern on the K8 is the widest at 105 degrees, so it's the widest box. The K10 is 90 degrees and the K12 is 75 degrees. So the customer is not buying basically on a good, better, best type of scenario. They're buying what we like to think of as best, 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 and which is the right one for you for your application, depending on if you want a wide sound field, if you want a wide sound field, or if you want a narrow sound field. We have 4 models of this product. This is the KW152, which is a 2-way 15. We have a KW153, which is a 3-way with a 15-inch. We have the KW122 12-inch 2-way, and we have the KW181, which is an 18-inch subwoofer. Some of you out there may be familiar with our HPR series of loudspeakers. We introduced those a couple of years ago. Wonderful speaker, but one of the challenges that we had with that product was because of its construction, it was kind of heavy. Everyone said, oh, we love the sound of HPR, but you know, it's a little difficult to lift that speaker onto a pole. Can you give us something later? So what we were able to do now with the KW is we have the electronics, our much lighter electronics now using Class D amplification that we didn't have before. That's now in the KW. We were able to take some weight out of the wood itself using just a little bit thinner ply, and what we've done is we've taken off the end caps that were on the HPR series. As a result, we've got now much lighter weight, but still all 1,000 watts across the board. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 models, all 1,000 watts, all ready to plug and play. You're going to enjoy them.
Hi Santiago, tell me something about this integrated system platform, what it's all about and why is it brand new in the world?
Q-SYS is meant to be the future in distributed audio systems in terms of transport, processing and management of audio, because it's simply the most powerful tool that is available in the marketing today, also the most reliable and most reliability oriented, and it's extremely flexible. We are talking about very, very, very large matrices of a lot of hundreds of channels, literally, so it can be as big as you want it. We're doing incredibly big systems for airports, for railway systems, for big, large hotel casinos, for big, large cruise ships, where we have hundreds of channels of amplifiers. So the sky is the limit with Q-SYS.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Custom.